Let's start with the second video. So stories are in my blood, and I learned my English not like I didn't read books. I learned my English by watching movies, and I'm sorry that I'm not that energetic right now because I'm sick. I had a viral, and I woke up very late today. But I just wanted to be consistent with my video. I'm not doing this for any validation. I'm doing this for myself and digging up my past and connecting with the present moment and how basically saying that humans are responsible for their reality, whatever that is. It's not someone else. It's not that person or this person or these circumstances to blame. It's us. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to express myself and my journey and where I'm heading. And so let's start with you know that I didn't know English and I learned my English by watching movies, and I was very obsessed with movies. I never studied in school. Uh, by the like when I was in 10th grade till 12th grade, I basically binged movies and I didn't study for anything else. Somehow I ended up doing my school, and I didn't have any plan. And so in college, what I did was I didn't know, like I enrolled into mass communication, and I didn't know like आगे क्या होगा. So for fun I started doing learning vocabulary words. So हर हफ्ते I used to learn ample amount of words, and उसमें से दो तीन words I would describe it in a sentence, and I would whenever I would learn those words I would see in the sentences like how other writers write those vocabulary words, and so so I kind of picked that up and I started using in my stories, and I used to write every day at least one page, and I did that for the next 3 years in my college, and and that those pages became a book. But the thing was uh, the book was very bad. It was trash, and that's what happens when you don't read actual books. As I was doing these things, I realized that I was developing as well. My brain was developing, and I was shedding my past trauma, whatever it was, because I was writing about it through stories, and whatever had happened, I kind of wrote it, and and that was deliberate, and that was whenever the high of stories, whenever you write certain climaxes, and when you're thinking that you were thinking about this story, writing about this story, and but you are actually finishing it, you get this I used to get this high, and while writing that story I used to add um, you know the things that had happened with me but mixing it, making it fictional, but adding that thing as well. So what I was doing, that I was letting it go. Whatever has happened to me, I was letting it go, and and that made me a new person, because I was shedding what has happened to me, and I was learning from it, and I was accepting it, and it was that thing was spiritual, emotional, perhaps physical, and yeah, physical and mindset thing as well. So so why am I telling you all this? Because I'm telling you all this because I stopped doing it. Like writing as a passion became mundane, and even fitness as well, because I have lifted every kind of weight I can. So the thing about this is that you can't just play one string in life. Like if you're good at it, you have um you think you have done this and you're good at it, you can't just stop there. You can't just take that thing as your baggage. You need to evolve. You need to evolve and play different strings in life. And I think that that's what I was doing at that time, but I stopped evolving. I was evolving in writing, I was evolving in fitness, but the moment it becomes starts to become mundane, you have to think of new ways to integrate um, I don't know if this would be the right word, novelties in life. You have to change your environment, because if you're in the same environment and if you're doing the same thing, no matter how intelligent you are, no matter how much money you are making, but if you're doing the same thing, your body, your spirit, your mind, your emotions will start to hate you for it, because they immediately send a signal if you're not evolving, even if you're good at particular things. So you can't just play the same music, you can't just play the same strings. You have to tune every strings. You have to be in different environment. You have to push yourself to be in different environment so that you can be adaptive. And if you are in the same environment, and if your body and mind and soul, everything is either giving you signal that you have to follow your purpose, what are you doing? You have to get out and you have to do something about your situation. So if you're in the same environment, the repercussions can be that you can become attached to different things. You can become attached to people around you. You can become attached to a certain kind of lifestyle. So so I think that's what happened when you play one string. And during my college, as I was writing this book, just for the sake of testing myself, and I felt that I was developing, because I also had started hitting the gym at that time. So as I completed this book, and I started reading more books, I realized that I was evolving. I was not just stuck to one string. I was trying to play different strings. And again, I was avoiding certain things as well because of what had happened in my past. But the thing was, I was at the same time letting that go. And uh, and again, you can't execute all the things at once, right? So I'm not saying that you have to be perfect, but I think that if you have to change, it's like, the analogy would be like getting a braces. You can't just perfect your teeth into a certain alignment. You have to get braces, and every day those braces, like, they do their thing, but you cannot notice that every day. After 3 months, after 6 months, you start to notice that they're getting aligned. So the same things happen when you install in yourself certain skills, and you feel that you're no going nowhere in life. And that's what was happening to me when I wrote that 50,000 words book. It was terrible. It was full of grammatical mistakes. It was terrible. But at the same time, I felt a huge baggage that was let go. Physically, I was feeling good. Emotionally, I was sound. Spiritually, I was so aligned with the universe, and I didn't care about anything. But I say that very positively, because I was happy with myself. And the reality right now, I think I'm not happy with myself right now, and I'm emotional, and I'm doing weird things that I shouldn't be doing. That these weird things, ridiculous things, happen in rom-com movies, and I'm. But the thing is, I'm facing reality. I'm facing reality, and I'm failing perhaps at it, but I'm facing reality. And coming back to the book, after reading the book, after completed those 50,000 words, uh, I enrolled myself into a competition that was held on Amazon, and I somehow came in top five. And the reason I came in top five, because I believe that my book was good. And my friend, he pushed me to sell my book to people inside of a mall. I think if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be in top five. And 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 that confidence that the book was really great, but the book was shit, because I started evolving myself again. See, I again started playing a different string. And as you like grow up, and as you age, I think, including myself, I think that we humans stop playing different strings. We get stuck to this one script, that earn this much, perhaps get married, get settled. But starting to open up to that possibility. that I have to involve, that I have to give myself different circumstances, different environments, and that's what I'm doing. So after realizing that my book was really bad, I ended up like coming in that top five, and I also got a publisher. Somehow I got a publisher, and I changed the complete book from 50,000 words. I almost completed more than 100,000 words, and the book I thought was amazing. Of course, it wasn't perfect. Of course, was full of mistakes. It had mistakes, uh, but I felt this. I remember one time that I was sitting in a cafe. I had this espresso shot. That time I didn't have any reaction, so I was in, and I ended. I was so much into deep work that I didn't realize that I sat in the morning, and it was around 4 p.m. I realized that it's evening, and I had written 6,000 words, and it was full of creativity, and I was so energized. I was so attuned to the universe, and I was so free. I felt so free, and the feeling was almost that feeling was euphoric, ecstatic, and I thought writing was my passion, and it's going to take me to different places. So so that again, I didn't just sit there. I published my book, and I was starting building my freelancing career, and I had till now written more than 50,000, not 50,000, 50 million, I guess, 49 million or 50 million words. Perhaps it may be 43 million words, and it was before the. I have the screenshot to share. I'll perhaps share it here and there, and um, so there is that. But again, doing that and not building a team while I was building this freelancing career. Right now, I'm building a team, and I have this one member, and she's amazing. And so, doing all that by myself, I got exhausted, and I started hating. I felt like I was doing a job instead of diving into deep creativity. In and instead of exploring myself, I felt mundane, as if I was trapped inside of an apartment, and I was writing good stories, but I didn't feel that that I was feeling free, and and slowly and slowly, as I was you know catapulted by this tunnel vision, that I have to do this one thing, that I have to specialize, again. I talked about this in the previous video, that I started avoiding other aspects in my life, and especially women, and and right now I'm facing the repercussions of it. But again, I will recover this part, and I will adapt, and I will succeed. I know that. And but again, practice, practice, practice. You have When you learn to play a guitar, you don't learn to play all the strings at once. You don't learn all the chords at once. You perhaps learn simple chords at first, but it takes time to learn the major chords, and that's what I think that you have to do in life, and that applies to myself. I'm not perfect. I'm saying this because this is the realization that I'm getting, and and this is the weird thing that I'm sharing. So so this evolving mindset, it was very instinctual, and when I was in college, because I felt like I was surviving, and and my family circumstances were like that as well. Uh, Not like particularly my sisters, not like everyone, and and I was in that environment, and we had and we were growing together, and she's now so successful, and my brother-in-law as well, so successful, so fit, like such a great family, and I look up to them, and so as we were like grinding and doing different, I had launched ourselves into different fields. So I remember one time that I was into when I was in the college, but I had no interest. I was doing my own thing. That people also started noticing that he doesn't care about anything. He's just doing his thing, enjoying himself. He laughs at himself. People laugh at him, but he enjoys it. So, so that thing, and so as this was innocuously recognized by people, what I mean by that is, like internally they know that he was doing his thing, but you know they played it off that everything is cool, and they were into their groups, and I was doing my thing. So this thing was also recognized by this particular professor. So I had this particular professor in the third year of my college, and he specifically came to teach a particular subject. So, and he had a very unique brain, and he like kind of had home. His home was full of books, and he was a chain smoker. But his thought process was very distinct and not like your typical professor. He thought about life. He thought about life in a way that was you know I haven't seen such thing in professors before. So it was almost like a movie. So one day he was teaching in a class, and that semester was ending, and so he asked the whole classroom that, like, how many hours would you devote to studying this subject. And he was asking everybody, and he was telling that at least every day 10 hours you should devote. And he looked at me and he said, like, how much time, Sean, would you devote? So I said, zero. And he was like, he started laughing, and he's like, you're like kind of high on life, like you don't care about institutions, like you're doing your thing. And it's like you don't consider these things as the way other people consider. So he was kind of right. I had this mindset that I can't do a corporate job. I think I'm not meant to do a corporate job 9 to 5. And um, and that's all right. I'm not saying that is bad. People love it. People love routine, and I'm realizing that I'm not that much in my routine. Have started to realize that I have to evolve, and as I'm putting myself in different environment. So that's the lesson here. You cannot sit at home and expect things to change for you. You have to change yourself, and give yourself new environments so that your body adapts to it. Because we as a human are meant to go place to place, and learn new things, new cultures, new people, and interact with them. And and right now we just interact through social media. I think real interaction is special, is attractive, it's intuitive, it makes you feel whole, it makes you feel like a human. It eradicates loneliness, isolation. Even if you botch talking to a stranger, that is all right, you have taken the action. And even if you have gone out of your comfort zone to talk to somebody, and even if you have botched that, failed miserably, perhaps you were trying to say something meaningful, but you ended up freezing yourself. You're like turning your back and just returning home, and telling yourself that I didn't say the things that I had in my mind. Thinking that you have lost your self-respect, lost your aura, etc. The thing is, no one gives a shit. And take care of yourself, and try to play different strings in life. Because if you attune yourself to just one frequency, you are going to get bored, and your body will, or mind, or emotion, or anything will won't be able to find solitude in it anymore. So as the universe is constantly learning, constantly evolving, letting go of itself by destroying a universe, building a new one, you know destroying a world, creating a new world, you have to do that within yourself. You have to let the bad in you, or anything that you want to change in you, die, so that new leaves can born, a new tree can form, new, brand new. You are redesigning, rebuilding yourself. So so I think that's where vision helps, that's where visualization helps. And again, universe rewards action, not thoughts. And social media has made us to be over obsessive, to overthink, to look at a particular thing with a particular perspective. And but this you know go out, talk to real people, and chase your dreams. I'll see you.